Hello everyone. Today I will explain 5 technical questions from the CCNA exam. Let's look at the first question. For the first question, it asks us to repair the serial link between two switches, specifically their aggregated link. Now looking at SWAN, its aggregation mode is set to ON mode, while SW2's aggregation mode is set to LACP, specifically the active mode. At this point, the two modes are different, right? So that's why the link can come up. To fix this, we need to change the aggregation mode on SWAN to LACP, either active or passive. Both are fine, whether it's active or passive, because SW2 is set to active mode, right? So the correct answer to this question is B. Let me check the correct answer. It's B. On to the second question. The second question asks us to disable the link state to turn off all link discovery. This means disabling link discovery on all interfaces of switch 5, while keeping CDP neighbor discovery enabled on switch 2. Let's look at the correct answer. The correct answer should be this one, where CDP is disabled, that is, all CDP is turned off. Then, on switches 2 and 5, all LDP is also disabled. At this point, you should enter interface 2, enable CDP, and finally, according to the requirements, verify the status of the GON and G2 interfaces. This question actually has one command missing, but the correct answer is D. Let's look at the correct answer, it's D. Alright, let's move to the third question, which is a multiple choice question. The third question asks, let's see, which two, in other words, which two configurations or which two states do we use? So, which profile did we configure? The profile called the fast idea, the fast port feature after configuring this feature. Which two states will be skipped? Which two states? So essentially, when we proceed to actually implement this particular profile at the access point, it might, in certain situations, skip the step where it sends a BPDU to the access device. The time it takes to send this BPDU actually corresponds to the listening and learning states B and C. B or C? Let's check the correct answer. B or C. Alright, let's look at question 4. The meaning of question 4 is that the engineer must configure both data and voice services, meaning that both data and voice services go through the same port. So which of the following configuration commands is the correct implementation for this scenario? First, this interface, this fast interface 01, and after entering this switch port, then configure its priority class. That's what it means. That is, both voice and data are transmitted through the same port, and a specific port is designated. Here it says to specify the F01 port, which is this port. All 4 answers refer to this port, right? And they must use the same priority. Now, regarding using the same priority, these above are from QoS configuration, but this one isn't. And this one only configures video. And for video traffic, this option also configures only video, so this is incorrect. And this one only configures voice, just voice, so this is also incorrect. The one below is where everything is configured the same or set to the same priority. So the correct answer to this question is D. Okay, let's look at question 5. No. 5. It says, please refer to this diagram, and then regarding the configuration of switch 2, make changes so that the two switches, so that the aggregated interface between the two switches can function properly. So which command do we need to enter when making changes? Now, let's look here. The diagram isn't very clear, but it's about the mode, right? You see, both sides are set to passive, correct? The picture is not very clear, but we can see here that both sides are in the passive state. Now we have to change it. If we change it, we should change it to the active state, right? Active mode. So the correct answer to this question is C. All right, choose C. Submit. If you want to learn Cisco technologies or get access to Cisco question banks, please send me a private message, or you can leave a comment below the video for technical discussions.